LionBlaze French. Let it load, Drali. Give it a second. Let it load. Just it needs a couple seconds to load. Right, here we go. Drali once again is making a trip to the US East server. This time to play against LionBlaze, who I believe last time I checked was the highest rated North American player in the rank ladder currently. And he has been the highest rated North American player in the rank ladder many times in the history of Rocket League. LionBlaze has always been a ranked beast, but it took him a lot of time before that kind of level started to show up in show matches and then in tournaments. Of course, he had the big tournament win in the Gold Rush One's event, the Gold Mine, against AJ, and he's had numerous other deep runs, being the main contender to First Killer's dominance when First Killer was the top player in the region. And yeah, to this day, LionBlaze is a phenomenal player and a fierce competitor. It's going to be great to see this style clash, because LionBlaze is known as, at least in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best, goal line defenders in the game. I think his main competition to that these days would be Rawas, and I wonder if anyone else would I put anyone else in the same conversation as Rawas and LionBlaze when it comes to just goalkeeping. I don't know if I would. I think probably just those two. And I think Rawas's goalkeeping against Daniel was the most impressive goalkeeping I've ever seen. But LionBlaze goalkeeping against AJ last year was probably the second most impressive goalkeeping I've seen. So time has passed obviously since last year's LionBlaze performance and now where Rawas played against Daniel. So Rawas has got the advantage there. More time has passed, more time to get good at the game. Let's see if LionBlaze can produce more brilliance. Already getting a good save on a Drali ceiling shot, or Drali flip reset I should say. And he's really committed to these low 50-50s. Is he going to get another goal off this? He is! That's 3 goals for LionBlaze. He's using the same strategy. He's just letting Drali challenge him. And he's manipulating the 50-50s in his favor. Really well done. Every single time here by LionBlaze. Drali might have to start faking challenges or challenging at a different angle, because he's gone a bit too high on all of these. I've seen Jack versus TRK. No, I have not. Where was that? I don't know where that is. Oh wait, was that in Fear's event? Were they in the group together? I didn't hear the scores yet. What were the scores? Unless you just don't want to spoil it for me, but trust me, I don't mind things getting spoiled. Well, when it comes to Rocket League results, my take has always been if people don't want to get results spoiled for them, they probably shouldn't be on Twitch, because Twitch is the place where all the results are going to get spoiled. It's impossible to avoid. So, yeah, if you want to watch that later, probably you'd want to tune out now, because I've just asked chat to tell me what happened. So, sorry about that. You can always watch this later as well, though. LionBlaze effortlessly saves Drali's point-blank range flick and recovers with an easy catch of the ball. Such a graceful defender, LionBlaze. 3-0 Jack, but all games were close. Okay. I wouldn't have predicted a 3-0 for that. I'd probably say Jack 3-1 would be my prediction these days. Because I don't think that TRK's playstyle is the type of playstyle that really bothers Jack. Jack doesn't like playing against, Drali type players who are very aggressive, but he loves playing against players who are very calculated, and TRK is definitely one of those players. I would say TRK is even more of a defensive player than Khaled. I don't think Khaled is that defensive anymore. He's actually quite a balanced player. He plays face-on challenges very often, actually. So yeah, TRK's playstyle probably not going to cause problems for Jack. He's very standoff, very reactive player. Jack can usually win those games when it just becomes a pure game of positioning and reads. Oh, has LionBlaze missed that? No, he slots it. What's a slot? So if he misses this, what a difference it would be. Not only would he be passing up on a goal, which is wide open, but he'd have to be on the receiving end of another Drali attack. And Drali's gotten some momentum going with his offense, scored in the past few. Now here he comes again. This is a great setup for him. Drali has the reset, goes for the mind game, and LionBlaze has matrixed the ball. And Drali was extremely close to this one, so you can understand why LionBlaze would have expected that to be a contact. But Drali just lets the ball do the work for him. Top 10 currently: Dead Monster, Luis, Ahmad, LionBlaze, Moxie, First Killer, Khaled, Drali, Daniel, Jack, Jorias. There's a couple of names in there that I don't think you can really put top 10 yet. I mean, quite a few. Like, you got to remember that show matches and tournaments are historically different. I mean, there's been a lot of players who are very successful in show matches who don't have the same kind of performances in tournaments. So just because somebody's really doing well in show matches doesn't mean that you should expect them to be able to repeat that in show matches. But yeah, Ahmad as well, he's not had the show matches nor the tournament performances to merit that. He did win against Scrub and Smug though, and he beat Ocelon and Smug as well. So that's more like a show match setting than a tournament setting. It's a one-off series. That's not enough by itself to put you top 10. Oh, good shot. LionBlaze collects it on the goal line anyway, and he will go for a long-range air dribble. Collects his flip back on the ceiling. Gets a bit too far away from the ball. Drali saw that, and he's all over him. That'll be a 3-goal game. LionBlaze just let the ball get away from him a bit too much there, so Drali could see there was no way, even with the flip that LionBlaze had, there was still no way that he could get back to the ball, because flips can move you sideways, they can move you forwards, they can move you backwards, they can't move you upwards. I mean, the only way you can go up is with a jump, and if you're falling, a jump isn't going to move you up, it's only just going to stop your fall briefly, and then you're going to start falling again. Yeah, good job by Drali realizing there was no threat on the air dribble play. LionBlaze has messed his kickoff up there. He tried to grab some boosts on the way, missed the pad. But Drali's actually just flipped away from the ball. What on earth is he doing here? Oh, he's lagged out. Okay. I was thinking that's a bit weird. This late in the game, I wouldn't even bother giving the goal back though, LionBlaze, if I was LionBlaze, because he's got, what's 19 seconds? You can't be giving a goal back with 19 seconds left, so probably just a play-on situation. LionBlaze will play on. Unlucky for Drali, but we're not at the start of a close game where it's expected for goals. Well, not really expected, but it's the norm to give goals back. When you're down by 1 in the final 20 seconds, you can't give a goal back. Oh, no way, he's like that again! Oh, no! Poor Drali, man. Poor Drali. That is a bit of a shame, to be fair. But not much we can do about that. 2 times at the end of the game he's lagged out and conceded, and it was very obvious that there was, no benefit. Oh, it's happened again, and oh, he's almost conceded again. I think LionBlaze has got this. Yeah, he does. That's going to be game. That's so unfortunate. I mean, obviously nobody's going to judge Drali for that one. Nothing he can do. But you can't say anything bad about LionBlaze either for this. This is absolutely expected in this context. We saw earlier on, Moxie gave a goal back to OSM because I think there was something like 4 minutes left in a game. But when you've got 20 seconds left and giving a goal back would put you at a 2-goal deficit, you're practically forfeiting the match. And why would you do that? Like, why would you forfeit the match? Unfortunately for Drali, that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Yeah, and you can't hold that against either player. You can't hold that against either player. Like I said, anyone with 20 seconds left would take the goals, and in overtime, you obviously take the goal. It's a situation where LionBlaze is kind of, he can't win because he's gonna have people say, "Wow, how can you take those goals?" But nah, listen, you can just stop that before you even start. That's a totally fair way to play out the game, and if that happened in a tournament, I would also expect that to be the way that it's played out. Okay, right, they're just gonna play this. I'll just go ahead and restart it because this is obviously a bit of a weird one. There we go. So game number 2. Don't count that game. Of course I'm going to count that game. Of course I'm going to count that game. You know, I just want to make it clear, it's never mandatory for players to give back goals. We saw Moxie give a goal back to OSM earlier on because OSM lagged on a kickoff. And it was a close game. It was early in the game. But even if Moxie doesn't want to give a goal back there, that's fine. You don't have to give goals back. If it happens in a tournament, you probably don't give a goal back in the setting that just happened for LionBlaze. You might, if it's like, you know, early in the game, like I said, but not in that situation. No way. Absolutely no way. And the other reason that, you know, from a tournament organizer perspective, you can't be enforcing things like that is, you know, if you just make it mandatory that anytime somebody lags, the other player has to give a goal back, then it becomes, you know, beneficial for players to fake lag spikes. Like if they feel like they're in an awkward position, 0 boost against 100 boost, you can just fake a lag spike. You know, you just, I'm sure there's programs that can fake lag spikes for it. Just, or you just, you know, hit play on a YouTube video or like a, you know, 7 streams at the same time. You've got, maybe you could set that up with a stream deck. I don't know. There's obviously ways you could fake a lag spike, and then you get scored on and you get the goal back from a, you know, bad position. So obviously to not encourage that, I never will make it mandatory to give goals back. If you lag, that's just an unfortunate part of playing online, and you have to deal with that. You just have to recover and regain. Far too easy to exploit. Now let's see what Drali can do, because, you know, he's lost that first game, but he did play overall a better game than LionBlaze. LionBlaze got out to a good start with some low 50-50s, and then from that point onwards, Drali really had full control. His offense got rolling, and he figured out a more safe way to challenge LionBlaze dribbling. What he did change is he just started flipping a lot lower into the ball. He didn't want to go high. LionBlaze is known for his flicks, so having a starting point of high challenges isn't too weird against him. But when LionBlaze shows his hand, when he shows he's wanting to go low on every single 50-50, you just have to flip low in defense as well. Drali wanting air dribble bumps, and a last second touch there actually sent the ball to the top corner. LionBlaze still had it covered. I bet that for a turn from Drali though. He's so quickly back into position. LionBlaze just trying to stay goal side here. He will be able to grab a 100 boost for defense in this play. LionBlaze has flown right by it. Drali is still on the ball, and he scores. Goes to show you how good of a defender LionBlaze is, that he's kept Drali scoreless for almost half the game there. Brilliant air dribble bump defense and just stellar positioning, perfect boost management. But eventually Drali finds a way through using all of his mechanics and all of his mind games. Lovely backflip into the boost there. Oh, Drali's lagged out again. At least I have to think that he is lagging, because he's just flying. He's just flying off into space. I tell you, like, these lag spikes look so ridiculous. Like, Drali's really found a way to lag out in hilarious moments. He just boosts off into the distance there. He's like, I've got places to be, LionBlaze. Sorry, man. It's a good 1v1 and all, but I've got to just be right back. LionBlaze shrugs off another Drali offensive play and picks up another goal on the counter. He is defending so well here, LionBlaze. Really well played again, but you can see the frustration from Drali. I think it's partly his connection and partly the fact that he is not having a lot of success with his offense compared to what he's used to. And he's lagged out again, hasn't he? LionBlaze might give a goal back here though. I think he might. Doesn't have to. I want to reiterate that. He doesn't have to, but he might. Because that was definitely early in the game, and he is winning this time. He's just going to go for it. Saying, you know what? Tough luck. Tough luck, Drali. Get a good connection, man. Lovely save again by LionBlaze. Blocking all angles. Drali starting to have frustration in defense as well. And LionBlaze is ruthless. He is going to take this one. But yeah, it's understandable frustration from Drali. Not at all unusual to see this. But, you know, you've got to just be able to roll with this kind of thing, because it will happen. You know, it can happen in tournaments. It can happen in show matches. It can happen when you're... Oh, what a celebration by Drali with the butt slide there. But, you know, these are all things you have to consider. Things are going to go wrong. You're not always going to have a perfect series. Sometimes your controller's going to disconnect. Sometimes your internet's going to lag out. There's all kinds of things that can go wrong. And being able to deal with that adversity, being able to just go next, say, okay, controller DC'd, whatever, let's just go next, reset. That is a skill in and of itself, and it's something you can practice. Something at Drali, well, if his internet keeps lagging like this, we'll get a lot of practice at. That's a lovely shot by LionBlaze. Very well struck, and he took it early as well. No, Drali's not in North America, he's in North Africa. But he's just playing US East because that's the LionBlaze. Well, it's the only server you can really do a North Africa RCS West game on. Yeah, the tilt is absolutely in full swing here. Drali having a bad day here. And I don't think that was lag that time. I think he just missed. Didn't look like anything out of the ordinary. But I don't want to, you know, take anything away from LionBlaze. Even ignoring the 1 or 2 times that Drali's lagged, I think in this game, LionBlaze has had Drali's number. I think Drali's offense has been a bit too all-in. You're playing against LionBlaze, you need to just go for high volume of shots. We've seen players like Mile do this to him with great success. That's how people have had success against LionBlaze in the past. You just take as many shots as you can in quick succession. Going for big all-in shots doesn't tend to work against him because he's too good at saving those big one-time shots and then getting a counter-attack going. Drali, I think, just FF in the rest of this game. He hasn't said anything in chat, but I think he's probably just trying to calm himself down as we get into game 3. Based on the fact that we saw this from game 1 and 2, I imagine it's his internet. I'll ask him. Because he can go restart his internet if he wants to. I'm not in a rush here to get game 3 started. He's just hit ready up. I think he's just full tilt, like let's go mode right now.